Okay, live. Welcome from behind enemy lines to Rick's Life as I See It, a 1 hour talk show about guns, politics, and anything else that crosses my mind. Also, answer questions from you. Either put them in the chat or send me an email at rickslife@gmail.com. Also, the show will be in audio form on Podbean, iTunes, and Stitcher within 24 hours of normally with the show on. I should be on. Hey, Patriot, Grim, Travis, Midnight, Rupin. I sent you a link, Rupin, an email. Sent you one too, Sean. If you want to join. I hope it's working. I'm using the OBS thing for I can have the lower thirds through Hangouts. I'm not sure if it's working or not, but it looks good my end. Yeah. Well, also for you guys who I've had a few complaints about my humongous long email, Rick's Life as I See It at gmail.com. So I've come up with a secondary one. As well as that, you can also reach me, ready for this, on spottedrick@gmail.com. For those ones who don't want to do a lot of typing. So also you can reach me on spottedrick.com spottedrick@gmail.com. There we go. So okay, so there we are. That's that. And I want to say great show last week, great show on Wednesday. And today, because the I got two quizzes today. I got the midway quick quiz, and then I had the mail-in email quiz at the end of the chat, which is sponsored by Clover Tech Productions, because I'm giving away one of his poker chips. It's Clover Tech Charm. And of course, I'm throwing in one of my Spotted Rick stickers to that too. That's for the mail-in question at the end of the show. Then for the quick quiz show halfway through, I've got the Gun Channels patch and my sticker. Oh, also, I'm throwing in a Glock Gen 5 sticker. So there you go. That's the quick quiz. Hell, I don't know. I think I might rather win the quick one. But there we go. And those were, and the quick quiz and the other one were sent in by Sean for those questions. So if you find them too hard or you don't like them, complain to him. And send all complaints for this show, Sean's show, anybody's show, gun channels, anything that upsets you at all. Send your complaints to shootingleftofcenter@gmail.com. There we go. So, no, and the answer is not 42 to the quizzes. Not yet, anyway. Not today's. So, there we go. So, there we go. Anyway, first topic. I got lots of stuff to talk about today. Lots of opinions here. My first topic, I wrote this down during the week because we touched about it last week about would you shoot an active shooter in the back? You know, and the majority, and I would say 99% of people said, hell yeah. You know, if he's killing innocent people, shoot him in the back. That's the least he deserves. But my question is this week, I was thinking about this. Okay, so I'm walking in the mall, I hear the shooting, I see people running, go around the corner, and bam, I see a guy with a gun there shooting. Now, is he another CCW holder shooting at the bad guy? Or is he the bad guy? This is the things that you've got to make these split decisions in milliseconds. Because you know, that is the tough call. So do you do it, or do you just turn around and, you know, escape? So how's that for a question for you? Raphael said there's no Queensberry's rules in gunfight. You're right there. Oh, is Clover in the room? Hey, Clover. So there we go. That's I sent you an invite too, Clover, if you want to join. Nobody's joining me in the thing here yet. So what I'm going to do here, I don't know where my buddy is, the John Z Project. I sent him a link too. I guess I'm on the shit list today. Well, there's the link and gun channels if you want to join the chat. And let's see if it works over on YouTube. And there's the link to join the chat on YouTube. So there you go. So I got nobody else to bounce that question off of. What do you do in that split second to decide whether it's an active shooter or another person coming to, you know, try to help? I mean, I would think that, I don't know, you come around the corner, you see somebody's back to you and he's firing his gun. You would have to look beyond what he's shooting at to try to get in the whole picture if he's a good guy or a bad guy. That is a tough call. That is a tough call. I don't know how I would handle that myself right at this moment. You know, I was hoping for some input. Oh, and Raphael says, oh, and you got to watch out for an accomplice. And Patriot says, if you don't know for sure, we have to take the extra seconds to verify. Absolutely. Otherwise, it could be your ass in prison being somebody's bubba. You know? And I got a fat ass, so they might like it. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to be there. But anyway, that's too much info. So there we go. Let me see what it says on anything. Anybody make anything? You should really get training before entering these hypotheticals. You're right. You're right. I've had certain training, but not a great deal. And these are just things that when I'm sitting here listening to you guys talk or watching videos, I think about. That's all. You know? But yeah, definitely more training. You can never have enough training, I don't think. You know? And I'll be honest, I haven't had, in this last sort of 6-7 months, I haven't really done any training except going down the range and practicing my shooting. That's all I've been doing because I've been finding it hard to move around. But I plan on working on that this year. You're right there. Best thing to do is run, hide, fight in that order. Unless you are law enforcement or you are certain of the situation. Hey, John. Good to see you.
Hey, Rick. How are you?
All right. I thought I was going to be dying in here today.
Yeah, sorry I'm late.
Yeah, your mic's messed up, so you got to let that sort that one out. But it normally sorts itself out in a couple of minutes. Yeah.
Is that better?
Not yet. You're right there, Clay. Observe, orientate, decide, act. Midnight Range says that's a big part of not seeking out a fight. Escape if possible. Stay put and fight if you need to. But it's a tough call to move into a fight unless you feel very strong about it. Yeah, I agree with you. That's what I'm saying. I'm not. Yes, I would help somebody, but walking into a situation you don't know. I mean, that's like if you came across two people having an altercation outside a bar or something, and all of a sudden one of them pulls the gun. Unless you personally know the person or whatever, which one's the bad, you don't know the bad guy. So really, all you can do is get out of the way, basically, and be the best witness you can be. That's the way I would look at it. You know, because we are not law enforcement. You know, we carry to protect ourselves and family first. You know, so that's the way. I mean, that's the way I felt, and that's what I've learned so far in lessons I've had. Raphael says, even then, Warren versus D.C. says the police are not under the obligation to protect you. Jesus Christ! You know what? I know I said that, but you know, why in the hell do we have them for then? You know, to clean up the mess afterwards, I guess. You got it going yet, John?
How is it now?
Oh, yeah, perfect. You're right on. The great dulcet tones of John Z. Yeah. So what do you reckon about my walking in on an active shooter? I mean, how do you know he is the bad guy? It could be the good guy shooting at the bad guy.
Well, the first thing, if you ever think you're in the middle of that kind of situation, is to find cover.
Yeah. Yeah. Run, hide, then see what's going on, I guess. Or
because you can't protect anyone else if you can't protect yourself first.
Yeah. Yeah. And I said, you don't. I mean, oh, damn. Coffee mug's got coffee all over my. Well, actually, it's tea all over my damn shirt again. Damn it. I got to get me a new mug. Actually, I'm going to. That's another thing. I haven't got it totally set up yet, but it's there. There's a couple of items there at go to spreadshirt.com and type in Spotted Rick. Then a few T-shirts, coffee mugs, and stuff like that comes up. I'm working on a better design than what I got over there right now. So, but I'm trying to get some new some of these kind of mugs with my logo on it done.
Right.
Too. So, because right now it's dripping all over me, all over my computer, and all over my my desk here. All I'm doing is becoming a goddamn slob.
Yeah. Now, how many mugs are you looking to do as a run?
Oh no! On this website, I don't have you buy what you want, and I get a percentage of what you purchase. So say if a mug sells for $15, I get $3, something like that. You know what I'm saying? So the front, they do. I mean, they're make it, print it. Say for a good quality T-shirt costs you $20. Say, I'll get $3 to $5 of that, and they get the rest. You know, I mean, I thought it was a good way to start for us small creators like myself.
Well, it's just like anything else. People really are not really making a lot of money. It's basically commission what they make. So, you know, you got to try to get the information out there and let people go from there. Because it's, you know, you're not obviously pocketing a lot of it. So
no, and the link to the link to the website and stuff is, if you ever watch any of my videos, it's in the, you know, all that stuff underneath.
Right.
All my Facebook, Twitter, and all them. There's a link in there saying Spreadshirt at Spotted Rick or something. It says, just click on that and that take you over there. You know, I mean, there's others. Tarbuck uses it, I believe, too. I think he's got some stuff over there. So, Raphael's trying to blame the dog for spilling his hot sauce on his pants, on his shorts. So there you go. Okay.
With the active shooter, everybody basically just says, always make sure that you have an escape plan to anything.
Yeah. Oh, Russ.
Just like taking a flight, and you're on the plane. You can't help anybody else put on their oxygen mask if you don't have yours on, because you'll be out like a light before you know it. So you have to take care of yourself, and that's really important. So again, we have to remember, like you said, and a lot of people in the room said, we're not the police. That's not our job. So just make sure you find a safe spot for yourself, and where you can reassess the situation. But that's only once you make sure that you're safe.
That's right. Yeah. Oh, Russ says, yell out, "Are you the bad guy?" And if he says yes, shoot him.
I don't know. There's some not very bright people out there that might say yes, and they're not. So you could only react to what you see. And obviously, if someone is shooting people, then it's most likely, But when it comes to schools, when it comes to public places, there are always plans. But if you don't work there, you're not going to know what it is.
Yeah. Midnight Range goes, it's tough to know what you do. If you heard shots at a school and you were outside or something, would you go inside like we all wish to did in Florida? Well, he was paid to go inside, and I would like to think, especially a school, i.e. school, high school, elementary school, preschool. If I heard shooting, they're kids. You know what I'm saying? I would think that I had the balls to go in there, and at least if I didn't, maybe not go in there with my gun pulled through the door, but go in and assess the situation as quickly as I could to see if I do need to pull the gun and shoot the son of a bitch,
Right.
So, that's what I would do, personally.
And I think the responsibility of having a firearm comes with that kind of responsibility as well, to decide whether you're going to get involved in the middle of something like that. And I think most people have good intentions. Most gun owners have good intentions, and they most likely would, especially at a school.
Yeah,
because kids' lives are important, contrary to what the Democrats might want them not to think.
Yeah, you're right there. You're right. So anyway, moving on. Now this one might get you going, because I've been listening to certain things. The march last Saturday? March for Our Lives and those kids.
You're right.
Everybody's saying it's over and done with. They're going to go back to eating their Tide Pods and everything else. Maybe the kids will. There are a couple who won't, but maybe they will. But the people who organize it, the kids didn't organize it. Anybody with any brains knows that. They couldn't have done it that fast with that kind of money. But very much the anti-gunners they are absolutely giddy with delight that they think they got the upper hand on us. They're even bringing up, let's repeal the Second Amendment crap. They're so happy. At least they've come out. At least they've, what's the word? At least they outed themselves. They come out of the closet and actually said what we've always believed. That's what they're after. Total ban of all guns.
Well, I think most of us already know that's been the case for a long time. They wouldn't even have to say it. We already know it.
Yeah, but they're saying it now.
Right. It's really not anything new.
Yeah, but we still got to. But what I'm saying is, our attack is not really. I mean, yes, we're going to have to keep an eye on it, but our attack is not really going to be federal. It's going to be at the state level. Is where they're going to
And
get it.
that's another issue with a lot of states right now, with governors getting into it. Like, what's the governor that just that some of the bills passed the House and they're going to the governor's desk? What state was that?
I mean, Florida just the governor already signed it.
Not Florida. Further up north. Jesus Christ! I just heard the
Ohio.
story. North, not west. What state was that? The one with Bernie's state.
Oh, New Hampshire or whatever up that way.
What's New Hampshire?
Hell, I don't know. How far?
Whatever. There's a
Vermont.
There's a state that does
Vermont.
Is it Vermont? Yeah, it might. No, I don't know if it's Vermont. Vermont, yeah. Native Gun Garan Man said that they're Vermont. Yeah. So they just passed some anti-gun bills. And they're a state for not. They're known to be a state for not having gun laws like that. You know.
Yeah, because I mean they're constitutional carry.
Right. So they just passed, and those bills are going to the governor's desk now. So they passed the not being able to buy anything till you're 21, the bump stock ban, and there's one other that I heard, if they're not more. So I'm hoping that governor is not such a whatever, you know, but we'll see what happens when it gets to his desk.
I said, I mean, we've got a lot, as I've mentioned before, here in Rhode Island, that at the committee, I mean, they had the hearings, went back to the committee, but they will be getting to the floor sometime this year. You know, all the same ones you've just mentioned. You know, here in Rhode Island, and I would imagine a lot of them are going to pass because, you know, the Democrats hold the majority of the state, Senate, and House. You know.
Yeah, that's not everywhere. I mean, thank God for states like Texas, with a governor that they have, but still,
yeah.
Even with Republican governors in some states, they're still, I don't know, they're still falling into the trap.
You know, what gets me, I mean, they're if you guys want to see what what Hillary would have been like as president.
Oh God, no! Don't even go there.
No, what I'm saying, if you want to see what she would have been like, Google the governor of Rhode Island. She is a miniature version of what she would be like.
I think the governor of Rhode Island is a miniature version of her.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I mean, you would, you know, I think she would be what Hillary would be like. Total. I mean, she's actually destroying this state. You know, now here in Rhode Island, they've passed. They want to put toll booths on the highways for trucks to drive through Rhode Island. Trucks only. You know what I'm saying? You know what's going to happen down the road in about a year? Well, let's start charging cars now. We know it's going to happen.
Well, it's all tax purposes, just to tax people in one way or another. But don't forget also, a lot of the new technology that they're putting up on highways with the toll booths and stuff. The toll booths are not just toll booths. They are cameras. The toll booths are bomb detection devices. The toll booths are identification tools. So they're not just toll booths, but they are there to tax the people, whether you're coming or going.
Now, if they were there, sitting on the highway to detect, you know, your license plate, bomb, and all that, and you just drove on by. But once you got to pay to use that road, that's when it pisses me off. You know.
Yeah, well, it does, like New York City. To get out of New York City when you're going to Westchester or further upstate, you don't pay anything, you know. And then when you come back, you're paying like $25-$30 from 2 tolls just to get back into the city. It's really ridiculous.
Yeah, I know it is. I know it's. Well, you know, it's, but where I was going with my original thing on at state level is they might. I mean, and I've been saying this for a long time. The Second Amendment might still be there, right on the Bill of Rights, but it's going to be tied up in so much legislation and state laws. It ain't going to be worth the paper it's written on.
And
Because
this is why we have to keep fighting them with everything they do against the Second Amendment.
that's right. That's what I'm saying.
That's exactly what they're doing to it.
Yeah, I mean, we can't say, "Oh, the march is over. The kids are gone home. They're gonna come on to something else now." The kids might themselves, right? But I'm talking about the people that back them aren't. You know, the big anti-gunners. I mean, they are chomping at the bit. I think they've taken the lead actually, because
The handlers, the real anti-gunners, the people with the money, the kids are just a prop.
Yeah,
and they're using them to their advantage. And the kids are too young and too dumb to know any better.
Yeah. But I mean, I've heard people say, well, we got the Second Amendment on our side. But my thing is, I understand that. And I'm a believer. Now, I know I might get a big response out of this. Right? I believe we are outnumbered. Because go back to the election. Trump did not win the actual popular vote. So there's actually more people against us than for us.
I'm not gonna say that we're outnumbered, but there are divisions where there should not be. Some people care about their long guns.
And I've been saying this for a while.
Care about their revolvers. Some people care about their semi-automatics. Some people care about hunting. Some people care about. Look, we have to stop the infighting and really come together as one, because we think as individuals, they're not going to touch this. This is not a big deal. It's not going to hurt anybody. They think they're not going to come after yours. And it's going to happen if we don't stick together. We have to stop being divided.
Yeah.
Whatever group you're part of.
Yeah. That Raphael says that hog kid knows what he is doing. He's a blackmail and ambulance chaser. Oh, yeah, he is. He's a total phony. He really is. I mean, I don't know. On my Facebook feed this morning, you know that that was that video where he was mother effing everybody.
Right.
What you call that university that's got a federal case, got a court case against YouTube or whatever. They're showing it on showing it on Facebook. It's bleeped out. Every word he's saying, you're hearing it go bleep 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 as he's talking. But that's that video. They're re-showing it on Facebook now. But that guy, now some young kid down in Florida, please take him behind. We used to do in England. Please take him behind the bike shed and beat the shit out of him and get that smirk off his face. That's what he needs. You know, he really does. And what gets me now? Fuck Laura Ingraham, because she made fun of him. They are absolutely crucifying her now. Oh, how can somebody be so mean and cruel? And a bunch of advertisers are leaving Fox News because of it. You know, as a victim of the shooting. He wasn't even fucking there. Excuse my language. He wasn't even in the school when it happened. He was at home. He rode down on his bicycle. You know? So, excuse my little outburst there. That was my little, that was my night strike outburst. Sorry about that.
Well, look who his parents are. I mean, they're grooming him for something.
Didn't one of his parents work for the TV station?
Yeah, they're grooming him for their agenda. And if he's not educated or smart enough to know better, then he's just going to become more brainwashed.
Oh, you don't think we're outnumbered, Clay? I don't know. I got a feeling we are. I really do. You know? But that's my feeling, you know? And we got to play smarter. What we got to do, as I was saying this the other day, is where I'm just that rant I was just doing ain't doing us no good. Ranting I shall not be infringed. You know, somebody says, "Why do you do this?" Because I can. It's my right. Is not cutting it. They don't care, right? You can say more kids die through drunk drivers than through being shot with a gun. They don't care, right? See, a car was not invented to kill. A gun was. I mean, let's be honest about it. You know, yes, we use it for other stuff, for sports, you know, and hunting and just having a good old plinking time out there shooting at things, right? But its original intent was to kill. So that's all they think about. They don't care about all these things. We can say, well, there's more abortions per year than there is people, you know, and all this kind of. They don't care about those numbers. They really don't. They just see that the gun is a bad thing, unfortunately. And we've got to change that perception is what we got to do. And we got to get the middle ground. The people who aren't anti-gun, you know, but are pro, you know, they're leaning. We need to lean them over onto the pro-gun side. Yeah, they can have a gun. I think everybody should have a gun. I don't want one, but we should, if they want them, they can have them. That's the people we need to get on our side.
Well, just FYI, Travis Tuminen says that he was at school, he left, and then he returned to the school.
Oh, okay.
Supposedly that's the correct information.
All right.
They're just saying he's turning this way because he was turned down by 4 or 5 universities. So maybe he has nowhere else to go but his mother's tit. And just do it as she said.
Yeah, he just, I don't know, I wouldn't be surprised in 10 years we're seeing him up there on TV as a representative of Florida or a senator. You know what I'm saying? You know, I can see it happening.
Yeah, that would surprise me.
Yeah, but he does. I mean, but I need some of you young kids down in Florida to go take him outside and beat the shit out of him. You know, don't kill him. Just punch him in the face. That's what he needs. You know, I would.
No, we don't punch anybody. We don't punch anybody in the face, especially if his name is David Hogg, because he's already looked like he's fallen on his face quite a few times, and apparently he's had some.
Might be an improvement, you know. Yeah, but anyway, that's my aggressive thing.
We don't physically attack the mentally challenged.
Okay, it's halfway through the show, so let me do my quick quiz. And that will be for the Gun Channels patch, Spotted Rick sticker, and the Glock Gen 5 sticker. Okay, and my question is, let me find it now, sent in by Sean. And what did I do with it? Oh, yeah. Here you go. This is a history lesson. Both these questions today, the one later on and this one, are history lessons. So, John J. Pershing was known by what nickname by as early as 1897 privately, but publicly by 1917? Now, you knew who John J. Pershing was, right? Or do I need to make it even easier for you guys? Let me put it in the thing there for you, John, just in case. That's the answer in the side chat.
And we have a winner. I'm only paying attention to the YouTube.
Nothing's come up on Gun Channels. So
okay, so Grandman is the winner.
Yeah, Grandman Blackjack. That is correct. So send me your mail-in details, I don't think I got them. I might have at one time, but I don't anymore. I've been trying to, so send me your mailing and I'll get that out to you as soon as possible.
And Blackjack Pershing, by the way, if anybody's interested, is a good read.
Yeah. So there you go. That was for the quick quiz. Then I'll have another one about 5 minutes before the end. The one sponsored by Clover Tech Productions for his poker chip.
Cool.
His Clover Tech charm sticker. And I'm throwing in a Rick's sticker for that. And this would be the mail-in one, by email.
Nice.
Oh, also, by the way, Grain, you can either send it to Rick's Life as I see it at gmail.com, or my new easy email that I have connected to that one will come to the same place, is spottedrick at gmail.com.
Awesome.
Oh, there you go. You send
Spotted Rick is a lot easier to remember also.
Well, yeah, people were saying that we need something that was easy to remember, so I came up with that, they wanted something easy to remember, and it wasn't so long, I mean, originally Sean suggested a bit of spottedrick at gmail.com. But
I was gonna say maybe.
I'm trying to.
I was gonna say maybe pickled Rick.
Yeah.
At Gmail.
Spotted Rick. That's one word at gmail.com. So,
that's awesome.
There you go. So, I ought to put that, on my lower thirds there. That's another thing. I want to say thank you to Ghost Tactical. He made that for me, that lower thirds there. And he
did a good job with that.
And I really appreciate that. Us little guys out there, just remember, these big guys will help us. All you got to do is ask them and be nice.
Oh, are you going to ask Ghost to change the email on your lower third from Rick's Life as I See It to Spotted Rick?
Now, maybe later on, but not right now. You only just done that. I don't want to push my luck. You know what I'm saying?
Well, you could just put him full time on your payroll.
Yeah. I mean, I've already asked Clover to do me another favor. He's I think I tried one of my Rick's avatars on my on the t-shirts, and they rejected it, and I'm trying to find out why, and I'm wondering if it's because if you actually look at it real close, it does have the word Heinz on it because it's a Heinz can,
right?
So they might have rejected it in case they might be caught for copyright,
right? So I don't understand.
So I got
whoever edited your image, why did they not cover up the Heinz all the way and bring the bolo on it?
Well, because people are doing it for me for free, right? And I'm not complaining. But where I'm going with this, Clover Tech did take that image, and the Heinz is gone now. It's been blued out to the rest of the background. But he forgot to make the white background transparent, because if you put on, if I go down there and say I want to put it on a black T-shirt, it's a big white square with my picture in the middle. But if it's transparent, it would just be my avatar on the T-shirt.
Right, transparency. When you make when you're making images for printing and whatnot, it's really important to remember the transparency.
Yeah,
feature.
So I forgot to mention that to him, so I sent it back to him and asked him if he would do that for me. I haven't heard back from him yet. So, I know he'll get to it when he gets a chance. But that's where I'm saying these big guys will help you. But
look at that. Too Hottie says, if you want, you could have Ghost send me the PSD, which is the workable file that was created to make your logo. If you have him send it to Hottie, he'll do it if Ghost doesn't have time.
Oh, okay. Thank you. Thank you very much. See what I'm saying? You help. These guys will help out if you just ask. I mean,
Yeah.
when it comes, I mean, I found a free copy. Well, I wouldn't call it. I mean, it was sort of free-ish. You know, I sort of pirated it, a Photoshop, an old version, and then there's one on the line. I mean, when it comes to editing, I don't have a clue. I'm lost. I can edit a video, you know, chopping this out, chopping that out, adding a bit in the middle, and doing that kind of stuff. I know how to do that vaguely, but when it comes to taking a photo, putting layers on there, making one transparent, I am totally lost.
Well, look, it's just like anything else. You didn't know how to do something before, you practiced, you got better at it. It's just like anything else.
Yeah.
No, Raphael. The word is Pershing. Pershing. Pershing, not Persian.
Oh, did I say it wrong? But anyway,
I thought you said it right.
all right.
I typed it out for you.
Thank you.
It's not Persian. It's Pershing.
Okay. Next thing I got on my list here was I was just reading that that shooting back in 2016 in Louisiana. They finally fired the cop who done it and suspended his partner. They didn't fire him because the shooting was because I think, if I remember correctly, back there, I mean, it started a few riots back there in Louisiana when all this happened. But they fired him because of his attitude, and he had lost his temper when he shot the guy. But he had a right to shoot him or something because he was full of drugs and everything else. That's what I was reading. So, you know, I guess they done that maybe hoping to, I don't know, save a lawsuit or something, I guess. I don't know. But
I don't know.
You know, but where I was going with this, that's one thing I read. Then I read also that the Friday night, another policeman shoots a guy in North Carolina, a 60-year-old. He was in the back. I believe he was in the back seat the way I was reading it, and he kept moving around, and he got the guy out of the car. He got the guy out of the car, but he kept moving. And it looked like he was going for a concealed weapon. The policeman told him not to move, and he wouldn't stop, and he kept moving, so the cop shot him. Now,
yeah, I think when a cop tells you not to move, I think it's a good idea not to move.
This is where I was going. Most of these police shootings, I'm not saying there's some bad cops out there. I mean, there's bad everything. There's you know, but if a policeman tells you to stand behind your car with one leg in the air, it might feel like he's taking advantage of you. It sounds like asinine, sounds stupid, but do it. It's better than being dead and having the worms eat you. You know what I'm saying? If he makes you do that,
Yeah.
It makes you feel bad, file a complaint and file a lawsuit, you know what, after the fact. But while he's in charge, you know, yes, I know some of them can be real assholes when they're talking to you. Some of them can be real nice too. But I mean, I've noticed 9 times out of 10 that I've been, you know, with policemen. Most of mine have been with traffic violations. You know, most of them are nice if you're nice to them. You know, but
now what's the part of the story? Was the guy inside the cruiser, the 60-year-old?
He was in back seat of the car they stopped.
Okay, he was in the back seat of his car, of the car he was riding in. Okay.
Yeah, and he got him out of there for some reason, right? And he kept moving, and he kept going for something that he couldn't see that was concealed, so he shot him because he wouldn't stop. He told him not to do that, don't move, and he told him 2 or 3 times, and he kept doing it, so he shot him. You know?
It's unfortunate. It's definitely is unfortunate, but just remember
and maybe he should have said it a few more times before he pulled the trigger. But my point is, what has the world come to today? You know, I remember growing up as a kid. Now, most of my growing up was in England, and they had the local Bobby who used to walk the beat, right? I remember when I was in the English private school in the town of Uxbridge. You walk along. I'm a little kid, and there I am, standing around behind the store that sold the cigarettes, smoking. You know, policeman comes up, and you don't see him whack you on the back of the head. You know what I'm saying? You had respect for him.
Yeah, it's definitely a different world. So Raphael is asking, did the guy have a gun? Did it turn out that he actually had a gun?
Be honest with you, I can't remember. But I mean, just put it into the. You can Google it, or maybe I still have it. Let me see if I still got it.
Midnight Range. Yeah, when Rick was a kid, the mounted police rode on Triceratops. Yeah, it's definitely bad policing, but it's not everybody. Just like the general public, it's not everybody.
Yeah, but
like Rick said already, there's some bad police. There's a lot of good police. There's some bad police, unfortunately.
Yeah,
it's like everything else.
But it seems today is nobody seems to have respect for them. But
that's also another issue.
Yeah,
grown-ups are teaching kids, and kids are watching their adults that they're surrounded by having total disregard for any law and order.
Yes.
And that's what they're learning.
Yeah. And also, I mean, as much as I hate to say this, it goes against everything that I've said in the past, but Yankee made a statement the other day, and unfortunately, I agreed with him. Oh God, things are bad when I agree with Yankee. But he happened to say, like, the military. I mean, the law enforcement today is turned very military-ish. Your local police departments are more like, local mini armies. The way they behave, and they expect us to behave, and stuff like that. And I agree. I mean, I have noticed that they become very what's the word I'm looking for? Militaristic, but there's another word I'm for it. There's territorial.
Black Cat Outdoors said, a different time, different mindset. The militarization of police has caused an us versus them mentality.
Yes, you're right. And I think maybe that's a big of the problem there too. You know what I'm saying? I mean, look at the SWAT teams we have. When they come piling out, it looks like if they had army fatigues on, you wouldn't be able to tell the difference between them and the army. They use the same equipment and everything else. So it's sad.
And don't forget, the first sign to healing is admitting you have a problem, if you're going to agree with Yankee. So at least you started on the road to recovery.
Yeah. Let's see. Some police also think that running from them means you're automatically guilty or something. You might be running because you don't want to be shot. Yeah, I understand that, Raphael. But if I'm running and he spots me running and he yells for me to stop, I mean, myself, because I guess deep down I'm a chicken shit, I'm going to stop.
Man, it has nothing to do with being chicken shit.
Because I don't want to be
law and order. There's a way to behave like a human being and a way not to. And if a police officer is telling you to stop moving around the car, stop fidgeting with whatever you're doing, hands up, and you follow those rules, that means you're just
doing
the right thing.
Like I mentioned the other day, I got stopped. I've been stopped twice since I've been a CCW for speeding. Oh, by the way, I mentioned this, and both times I was let off with just a warning because I was a Mr. Nice Guy. The last time, young kid pulled me over and he says, you know why I pulled you? And I said, no, be honest, I don't. He goes, you're doing 35 in a 25 zone. I said, no. I said, this is 35, you know? And be honest, I honestly believed it was. But no, he said, it's 25. It changed so-and-so and changes back so-and-so. And so I apologized for doing that. And he says, can I have your license and all this? And I was handing him my license. And on Rhode Island, you don't have to tell them that you carrying, right? You don't have to. But I was giving him my license and stuff, and he wanted my registration. But I had that. I got to lean over. I said, by the way, before I move too fast here, I want to let you know that I am concealed. I'm carrying concealed, and I am a permit holder. And I said, I got to lean over there to get my paperwork. And he says, okay, do it slowly. So I got the paperwork, gave it to him. He says, now, he says, he asked me where the gun was. I told him it was on my right hip. He goes, okay. He goes, he says, put your hands on the steering wheel. And I did. And he says, keep them there. And he went back to his car and done his thing. The whole time my hands didn't leave that steering wheel. I mean, I was trying to watch him through through my mirror, but I wasn't going to take the chance. You know what I'm saying? So he came.
It's not a long process. It's very quick.
Yeah.
And if the cop sees you moving around, when the police officer sees you moving around, when he tells you not to move in the car, when he's back in his car, it's going to be a long process. He can see to the windshield.
Yeah.
So if you're not moving, his job is going to be easier. Your requirement of him is going to be easier, and you're going to be on your way.
Oh, yeah.
So I don't understand why some people feel like they have to make everything difficult and like be jerks. And that's both on the citizen and the law enforcement.
Yeah. But as I said, he done that. He came back, handed me my paperwork back and said, thank you. He says, that would be a $280 fine. Because you're
how much?
$280 because it was I wasn't doing 35. Sorry, I was doing 38 in a 25 zone. So I was going 10. He said if it was 10 miles an hour, they could, but it comes as a class as dangerous driving once you get to a certain speed.
Crap. That's a big ticket, dude.
Yeah, right. But he said, but I'm going to let you go. Just give you a warning. But I think that was because I was nice to him, and I'd done everything he asked me to do. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So there we go. I mean, when he stopped me, he said, you know what I stopped you for? And I said, no, I don't, honestly. I mean, what have I said? No, no, I fucking don't. No, why the fuck did you? You know, I'm going to be goddamn down in the jail still. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to be rude to him, you know, even though you may want to be. That's what I found anyway.
Yeah, some people have such a unhealthy distrust. It's okay to have a healthy distrust, but when you have an unhealthy distrust, you end up having more than you want.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. Oh,
really, the only person to blame when that happens is you.
Oh, Black Cat says he's just naturally an asshole. So
yeah,
you know. Hey,
but we love him just the same.
Yeah. So anyway, real quick before we carry on, we got 5 minutes to go till the hour is up. So let's do the mail-in or email-in quiz, sponsored by Clover Tech Productions.
Oh, before you do the quiz,
he gave me these. That's why I'm plugging him.
Hey, so Rick, before you do the quiz, let people know exactly what email to send it to. Is it Rick's Life or Spotted Rick?
Either one. That's what I was going to get to. So on this quiz, you can email me at rickslife@gmail.com, or the short version, my new email, spottedrick@gmail.com. There you go. Use whichever one you want. And you've gotten to midnight Friday to get the answer to me, because I'll do the put it in that little program I got, and it kicks out the winner generates the winner. So, it's all done by magic. But the reason I'm saying Clover Tech Productions, because he gave these to me to give away. So I'm plugging him. So if any of you guys out there got stuff like this and, you want to send it to me and I'll give it away as prizes and I will keep plugging you like I'm doing this one. So if anybody knows Ghost Tactical wants to do it, no problem. Or Tarbuck wants me to do it, no problem. Just send it to me. I don't mind mentioning it. Your full title. You know what I'm saying? So we got the Clover Tech poker chip.
Awesome.
The Clover Tech Charms sticker.
Very cool.
And I'm throwing in one of my Spotted Rick stickers.
Awesome, awesome.
Okay. The question. Hang on, let me pull it up. This was sent by Sean as well. It's another history lesson. And it's basically, it's also based, I'm going to make it, I shouldn't make it easy for you, but I'm going to, because I'm such a nice guy, right? Back to our general, John J. Pershing, okay, was given this nickname, the Blackjack nickname, after serving as commander of what regiment back in 1895? What made them a unique outfit? So, that is the question. Let me read it to you again. He was given this nickname after serving as commander of what regiment back in 1895, and what made them a unique outfit?
So don't forget to email Rick the answer at rickslifeasiseeit@gmail.com,
Yeah.
or spottedrick@gmail.com.
Yeah. So, and then you got to midnight Friday to get your answers to me in email. So if you need the question again, listen to my show. And all the way through, then you can get it at the last 5 minutes. Or fast forward to the very end and listen to it. But just for things, I'm going to put the answer in the thing for you, just in case you're curious, John.
No, that's fine. I did a paper on it.
Oh, you did?
Yeah. That's why I said before, if you want to have a good read on something you haven't heard before, John J. Pershing is definitely a good history read.
Yeah, I mean, I remember him from, reading about him in school, but I just done a quick update on my history. You're right. I mean, he was the highest ranking general in the U.S. Army, too, wasn't he, at one time?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So anyway, who doesn't want Rick plugging you? Exactly. Just send me the swag to give away, and I'll plug all you want.
Hey, Rick's plugging lasts a lifetime.
That's right. And just think, when I become the international, podcast YouTube star, syndicated worldwide, you can say I used to promote his show. So there you go. You won't be forgotten. Oh, just real quick before I close up, I was just Googling around today, and I didn't know this. You can go on Google, go into Google settings, and look at, I think it's called Takeout or something. It's Google/settings/takeout, and it could take anywhere from hours to days. It depends how much information you got, but you can get sent to you in zip files everything that you've ever done on Google.
Yeah.
It's amazing. So I want to see what kind of shit I did I've forgotten about. You know, I want to see what's out there on the web about me that I don't know about that can come back to bite me when I'm an international superstar.
You're referring to the guy who had his full history done on Facebook?
Yeah. And I don't want to. I don't want no Stormy, what's her name, coming up in my past. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, she can come up a few times, but after that, she's got to go.
Absolutely.
You got to move on to the next one,
Hey, and actually, you could do the same thing with Facebook too.
Yeah.
They archive everything you've ever done.
That's correct.
You can get that too. I mean, it's all right getting it, and you can delete your copy, but it doesn't delete what they've got. Because whatever you've done, it's out there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, most. Yeah. Once it's there, it's there.
Yeah,
pretty much.
Yeah, unless you know how to get inside the actual web itself. You know what I'm saying? To delete that kind of stuff. So I'm not that technical. Midnight Range, John Z, before and after. Midnight Range. Oh, John getting plugged. Go figure.
That's Midnight's fantasy.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah. He talks about it a lot, but I understand Midnight. It's okay.
Oh, okay. You're with him now. Okay, you understand what he's going on about?
Yeah, unfortunately.
Yeah. So there we go, guys. I want to say thank you for being here on a Saturday afternoon. I know spring is in the air and stuff, and it's going to be harder and harder for you guys to hang around. Rather be out there on the range shooting in the afternoon or whatever, but take me with you. Take me with you to the range. Put in the earplug. When you got your headphones on, have them tuned in to me. You know what I'm saying? You can still hear me out there. So there you go. So if you want to download this, it's on. It will be within 24 hours. It'll be on Podbean, Stitcher, and iTunes for your listening pleasure. And I want to say thank you.
And
all.
don't forget, we're always simulcasting as well on gunchannels.com.
We definitely are. So there, and there's a few over there on. I got Rupin over there. I think he's double duty. I think Ohio, Russ, Moon. They're on Gun Channels. So yeah, so Gun Channels is up and working. So we're back there. So I try to do it simultaneously on both things at the same time. For an old guy, that ain't bad. Multitasking. Hey, I'm getting good. So,
and don't forget to check out the hashtag #EarlyWatchNation.
Yes, do that. Yeah. And as I said, email me, rickslife@gmail.com or spottedrick@gmail.com. If you got any questions you want me to talk about or anything you want me to talk about on the show, send me an email. I'll do it. As long as it's not too bad, I ain't going to talk about, anything sickening like, well, you know what I mean. Don't have to go into details.
Yeah, Midnight Range.
Yeah. So, there we go. I don't want to know about your sexual fantasies. Okay. Anyway, so I'm calling it quits, and I will see you. I want to say thanks for showing up and listening to me, Babylon. All right. See you. I'll be back on Wednesday with Shooting with Disabilities with my normal host, Wheelchair Warrior. And David will be with us too.
Awesome.
And I believe if everything goes correctly, Wednesday night we'll have pictures, hopefully, i.e., he's going to be doing some sharing it because David has a what's the word? Disability with his eyes, sight disability.
Yes.
But he does work for the local police station, I believe, repairing their, maintaining their rifles and stuff. So he's going to show us the jigs and stuff he uses where he can see them and stuff to do this work. So that should be on Wednesday at 7 p.m. Eastern. So there we go. And if not, then we'll see you next Saturday. Same place, same time, same channel. See ya.